agent. Visit LegalZoom.com to save on legal needs like wills for $69, LLCs for $99 plus filing fees, and also get access to a network of legal plan attorneys for guidance. LegalZoom is not a law firm but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Visit LegalZoom.com by clicking the banner on our website. That's MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the LegalZoom banner.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, my God. How's everybody doing?
No, the question is, how are you doing?
I have a migraine.
Yes, and we apologize for our late entree
I
today.
have a migraine headache, and I'm doing fine, but right before the show.
I mean, really, we had already blanked the cards. We were ready to go, and you said, need a moment.
The only thing worse than getting one in the middle of the show is getting one right before the show, and you get a little tiny blind spot that's right in your eye, and then you have to sit there in a dark room and watch what appears to be a flash bulb that has gone off in your eye and watch it travel across your field of vision and then know for the next 2 hours or 3 hours or sometimes 24 hours that you are just going to be logy and out of it. When I came down here right after I went into the dark room, I was still like, nah.
Is there any chance?
And I come in and I fake it with you guys and I try to say, hey, how you doing?
By the way, good,
how you doing?
Good faking, by the way.
Well, I did my best.
You did a great job.
I'll be like Ted after he gets the stuffing taken out of him.
Now, my question for you is,
hey, Johnny.
Is there any chance?
Hi, Johnny. How are you? Hey, Johnny. I'm just effing with you.
Is the blind spot, could it be time so you could pretend I wasn't here? Could the blind spot be right where I am?
I'm glad you're here, Rob.
I know you are, and I'm glad you're here and with us.
But we're not here to talk about my migraine. We're here to talk about another health issue. Your liver could be eating your brain.
Oh.
New research suggests people with extra abdominal fat. Oscar, you don't count on this one. Although you got a little belly fat.
Oh, yeah.
You're a little
Ask
belly.
my girlfriend.
You want to take the day?
I mean, you want to be like who's the guy that hosts the Tonys and the Oscars?
Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. I always forget his name.
I dream to be him.
You want to have that waistline, but you're not going to have.
But then again, there's also our boy
there's always hope.
Matt Bloom. Pony's so skinny that you can actually see his liver.
That's
so
true.
If there was danger, we'd know about it.
And he looks like Neil Patrick Harris.
And performs like him, which is why he's going to be our MC.
People with extra abdominal fat, he's on the docket. He is.
Oh, good.
For the show, he really is. People with extra abdominal fat are 3 times more likely than lean individuals to develop memory loss and dementia.
Oh, no.
I can't believe that I had this for the opening of the show while I had a migraine, too. I mean, I'm a little paranoid right now. I'm feeling a little odd.
And who does this apply to?
People with extra abdominal fat are and me. Where's mine? 3 times more likely than lean individuals to develop memory loss and dementia later in life. And now scientists say they may know why.
Why?
It seems that the liver and the hippocampus, that is the memory center in the brain.
Actually, no. That
Hippocampus.
That's right.
Hippocampus.
Where I attended most of my classes at VCU.
Hippocampus.
Hippocampus.
Hey, here come the Spiwax. There we go. Good stuff. That's not a hippo. That's an elephant.
I misspoke.
In people with a large amount of belly fat.
Yes.
God. The liver needs to work overtime to metabolize the fat and uses up all these medical terms. The PPAR-alpha, the PPAR alpha.
What a great day.
PPAR alpha.
Great day for you to have to read this.
First, depleting local stores and then raiding the rest of the body, including the brain, according to a new study. 10 things you didn't know about the brain. The process essentially starves the hippocampus of PPR alpha, thus hindering memory and learning in a brain.
No.
Researchers at Rush University.
Geddy Lee is actually the dean there.
Oh, I thought it was no.
I'm sorry.
I thought that's right up there with Liberty University.
Why would he run a school?
Anyway, that's
here's for you, Mike.
Yes.
Mike O'Mara.
Hi, how's that dementia going, baby? How are you? Migraines and dementia. But anyway.
In the morning.
Other news reports were incorrect in stating that the research established the obese individuals were 3.6 times more likely than lean individuals to develop dementia. The finding dates back to a 2008 study by researchers at the Kaiser Permanente Division of Research in Oakland, California. You know, whenever you read these medical stories, when you actually just, I see a headline, right? And I see a headline that says your liver could be eating your brain.
Right.
And then you get into the body of the story. You know what these stories really are? They're all defending themselves.
Of course.
They cite their sources
Cover
more than
their ass.
If every journalist cited sources like they do in this report, we'd be better off. But I
But
really don't know after reading it with all those, all those disclaimers. I don't
This
know
is
what it's
good
about.
news because you know what's amazing about the human body is it does correct itself.
So
What's
true.
going to happen is if the liver is working too hard because you're fat that you
Right.
get dementia, all of a sudden you're going to forget to eat.
All I know is after reading that story, liver eating brain, liver, belly fat, brain, dementia. I want some French fries and a whiskey.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business. From the entertainment capital of the world.
Oh, shut up! What do you want this time?
I'm hungry, Jane.
Well, of course you're hungry. You didn't eat your dinner. That's why you're hungry.
But you forgot my breakfast.
I didn't forget your breakfast. I didn't bring your breakfast because you didn't eat your din-din. Ha! You know, we're right back where we started. When I was on the stage, you had to depend on me for everything. Even the food you ate came from me. Now you have to depend on me for your food again. So you see, we're right back where we started.
Why are you doing this to me?
Why? Doing what?
Making me afraid to eat? Trying to make me starve myself?
Don't be silly. If you starve, you die. I don't know what you're talking about. You really must be sick. Why didn't you eat your dinner?
Because I'm afraid. You made me afraid.
I thought you were supposed to be the big girl in this family. Nothing wrong with it. You're just a neurotic, Blanche.
You wouldn't be able to do these awful things to me if I weren't still in this chair.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
That's what we call a Rob Spiewak twisted opening, everybody.
Oh, we'll have them all week because it's Halloween week.
Going to the sick movie right into the hard rock song. Live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are downloaded worldwide over 20 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com. 102.9 Naham Vipe.
You're fine.
And the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is brought to you by Legal Zoom. There are two reasons why now is the perfect time to start your business. Reason number one, the economy is picking up, and the longer you wait, the longer you delay your potential success. But you might say to yourself, to start a business that I've really wanted to start for a long time, I have to go through all that legal mumbo jumbo, and it's going to cost me a fortune.
Yes.
No.
See, the thing is, my LegalZoom, it's no longer cost prohibitive.
Right now, you can incorporate your business or form an LLC at LegalZoom.com for just $99. LegalZoom. Their online process guides you step by step, and you get total customer support. It couldn't be any easier. LegalZoom provides self-help services at your specific direction, and you can connect to an attorney, but they're not a law firm, so you save an absolute ton of money. All you have to do is go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the Legal Zoom banner. It's as easy as that. Don't wait on the sidelines while others are taking control of their futures. Now is the best time to get in the game and launch your business. Don't put this off. Really, this is a wonderful website that allows people, without spending exorbitant fees for law firms, to incorporate, to get trademarks, patents, and more. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the Legal Zoom banner. Remember, our website and click on LegalZoom and just give them a try.
Yeah, do it.
Give them a try.
The magical thing is if you're listening to the show, you're already at our website.
Absolutely.
So just click the LegalZoom banner.
This is one of those really rare weekends. I normally start thinking about this show first thing Monday morning. That's when I think about what we're going to talk about, what I'm going to say.
Right.
You guys probably do the same thing. You start really putting the brain on the show early on Monday morning. This is one of those weekends, they happen occasionally, where I was jotting down little happenstances all weekend long.
I could tell.
Because I didn't want to forget what was going to go on. And, obviously it's a big baseball weekend in the O'Mara household.
Of course.
We had guests over. We had company over, which we don't do very often. Our good friends, the Colburns.
They
Colonel
came
Colburn.
calling again?
They came calling. There are new buds.
Your number one couple.
That's
They're
right.
a lot of fun. And,
Helps them move a lot of butter in this house.
They are really, really nice people. Do you want to hear about my major embarrassment, or do you want to hear what the unlikely thing that pissed me off more than anything on the Saturday night game?
Well, how about this? I would like to move that we start with a brief recap of the second, and then we end up with
All
the
right.
embarrassment.
I'll
Is that
start
good?
with
I
this.
second that.
This because the embarrassment isn't that big a deal.
Okay.
But what pissed me off, and it didn't happen on Sunday night's game. It only happened on Saturday night's game.
Okay.
Now you would think the Red Sox lost. Not a big deal compared to what pissed me off, because when this annoyed me, it annoyed me early in the game and then throughout the game.
Thank God. I thought it was me texting you.
Were you up to your old trick?
I was texting him during the game. I was like, this is
No,
not
I
gonna
love
go
getting
well.
texts. You know what? In fact, I was getting texts on Saturday, and it's great because when you have guests and you hear boom, boom,
Oh.
or whatever, the little tone that comes on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
phone, it makes me feel kind of special.
Love.
Did you feel?
I actually feel kind of cool when that
Okay.
happens.
Did you feel connected? Did you say, "Excuse me, I have to take this"?
No, it's just when I hear.
Excuse me, Colonel.
I got
Colonel, I got a call.
on Saturday night. I got a lot in a row, and the phone was going, and I like because it makes you feel like you're like,
Yeah.
I'm so scary popular, so much fun. And this, I hope that there are sports fans that picked up on this, because this is obscure.
Okay.
I guarantee neither one of you would, in a million years, guess what annoyed me at the game.
I
Does it have to
couldn't
do?
even guess.
Does it have to do with the video presentation?
That's part of it, but it's not directly related.
Okay.
to
Does
it.
it have to do with
without
the
video,
announcer?
Without the video presentation, I would not have this to be pissed off
Okay.
about.
Does it have
so
to do
it was
with,
on television.
Was it somebody doing something in the stands?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Aha! I know you a little bit. Yeah.
All right, so I pick up on this. So does the Colonel and Nancy, his wife, and Carla as well. And it went on and on and on.
And once you noticed it, whatever it is, I know you can't stop watching
All right.
it.
If you are a baseball fan and you go to a baseball game and you go to, say, one of our ticket brokers and
Yes.
decide you want to get game, the most expensive seats in the baseball game are on the first base side, the home side, usually in the front row.
Right.
And inside the dugout in the front row. So you really, and one time at a preseason game, I spent a fortune to get these tickets and go to a preseason game to be in the front row, right where the on deck circle is.
Okay.
It's perfect. You can literally reach out and touch the players.
And that's why you were removed.
And I've seen people behave well. I've seen people behave badly at that.
Right.
There was one time I went to a preseason game. I think it was the Minnesota Twins against the Boston Red Sox, and there were these Yankee fans that were in the front row, and they had gotten the tickets, and they were literally I talked about this on the
just
air.
messing
And
with
I
the
love
players.
the fact you don't say there was fans there, there were drunks there. There were Yankee fans there.
and
Yankee fans were there, Oscar.
and they were giving this is before Kevin Youkilis played for the Yankees. They were giving the players crap in the on deck circle to the point where they actually had the Lee County sheriffs come down and say, "Hey, you got to stop it." And I remember what the guy said. He said, I bought my ticket. I can say whatever I want. I remember him saying that to the sheriff. This guy was unbelievable. But the point is, it's the thing that was frustrating about this jerk and then frustrating about what I saw. These tickets are the A-list.
Right.
I mean, at a preseason game, these are phenomenally expensive
Sure.
tickets. At a World Series, I can only imagine,
$2,000,
but it's
$3,000.
maybe more. Maybe
I would guess,
we
like,
can only imagine. They
maybe,
are,
do you think it could go as high
I
as
think it
$5,000?
could be like $5,000. You'd have
Yeah.
to get on StubHub and check it
Yeah.
out and see what front row tickets are. But it's in the thousands,
Sure.
easily in the thousands of dollars. And so the word ginger came up when we were doing it. I don't want to begrudge the St. Louis Cardinal fans.
Right.
Because they are respectful.
Sure.
They are very, very dignified,
Yeah.
and they're extraordinarily well behaved.
Generous.
What I have never
Handsome.
Stop it! I'm being serious.
I know. So am I.
I watched the World Series against St. Louis before. I've watched them, and I said, they're respectful fans.
Yes.
They've got a lot of dignity in there. What I never noticed about them, though, and this portion of St. Louis fans, is they're disinterested. And in the front row,
do you think the respect comes from disinterest?
I will tell you what I witnessed.
Okay, they're not invested, maybe.
In the front row,
Yeah.
are a series. Now, I am not casting aspersions on hair color here.
No.
But there are a series of redheaded, they appeared to be teenagers.
Of course.
Together.
Yeah.
It looked to be 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
They are in, if I could get this seat, I would be the most thrilled little boy in the world.
Sure.
If I could sit right down on the diamond
Yeah.
and have that kind of access.
They'd have trouble with
I
the
would be
broadcast
thrilled.
because of his rager.
Yeah, you'd be so excited.
These
Huge rager.
Yeah, we gotta blur that out.
these seats.
See Bob Costas covering that? I don't see it's appropriate to show this man and his rager.
Well, Bob Costas works for NBC. So
But it would be his
he wouldn't
commentary.
be covering the Fox
Joe,
game.
but you know what? He would do the
Joe Buck
comment.
and Tim McCarver.
He would do the
Douche.
commentary afterwards.
So I looked down, and because of these A-list seats, another little fringe benefit you get is when they show the batter that's in the on-deck circle, you've got these people down on the
You're on
front row.
TV,
You're
baby.
on television.
You're on TV constantly.
Yes, all the time.
And every single time they would kick to a picture of this in the middle of like tense moments of the game.
Right.
These little spoiled effing brats are not even watching the game. They're laughing and they're texting and they're not, literally looking at each other, having a conversation. It didn't happen once. It didn't happen twice. It happened like 9 times during the game.
What inning
and every
did you
time
first
I saw
realize
it?
it?
Huh?
What inning did you?
What?
What inning did you first become aware of them?
I don't know.
Okay.
Third.
When did you really
I was
escalate
eating,
to the point?
I was eating chili.
When did it escalate to the
Nice.
point when
Nice.
you actually raised your voice at the television because you know it happened?
We all picked up on it, and I said, "Look at those!" And it was so funny because we were like, I said, because at one point this came up. Because if I was really specific,
Yeah.
you never know the circumstances. When you judge people from afar and
Yes.
you have no idea what the details are,
Yeah.
these could be, we were
Infirmed?
It came up that these kids might be Make-A-Wish kids, but they're not. They're too old. They didn't appear to be that way, and
Mike
they
was
were
making a wish.
like you're sitting there. It's the middle of the game.
Yes.
It's no score. It's tied, and they get a shot of this kid, and you'd see this little girl, and she's going,
Oh.
and I'm like, "You have front row tickets. You have front row tickets. You should be watching the game, you little bitch."
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's what I said.
That's right.
That's what I was that pissed off.
And that's
I
when the
was
colonel
so
said-
pissed off. It was noticeable throughout the entire game. And my point is, and then it got bigger. It graduated, and it carried into last night's game. And I began to notice,
You let it get bigger.
and I urge all of our listeners to tune in tonight
Yes.
and look for it. And it is the disinterested rich society of St. Louis.
But however,
They
tonight
are la 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 la.
the next
It's
game
whatever.
is in Boston.
No,
isn't
the
it?
game tonight is in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. I thought
Maybe
they were
they're
back
part
to
of the
Boston.
Game
And-
number 5 is in St. Louis, then 6 and 7.
Ah, that's
But
how.
the series is going back to Boston.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And
Maybe they're part of the Anheuser-Busch family.
all I know is when I saw those kids, let me tell you my snap judgment, because I don't like to judge Oscar.
Oh, not at all.
No,
Not
it's
you.
not what I
Not Mike
do.
O'Mara.
This is
not what I do.
Actually, Mike,
Not my thing.
That girl was the heiress Rosie Bush.
No, you know
and
what?
she was coming into all that beer money.
Look, the one thing I said, those are daddy's tickets.
Of course.
Those are daddy's tickets, and daddy probably owns a car dealership, and daddy got these front row tickets, and I was looking at these kids, and I go, "You're at the World Series in the front row, like next to the dugout.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you so?" And it pissed me off, And then the whole thing this weekend.
Was there more of it last
No,
night?
The whole thing with the weekend is, and Keith Olbermann, somebody sent me a link to a Keith Olbermann rant that he did, where, yes, incidentally, NFL fans, I know baseball's ratings are lower.
Yes.
I know that they're not getting the kids to watch as much. I know that it's not as popular. F you, lick it. It's still a sport. It's a sport that I love.
Yeah.
I love the NFL as well. I cannot stand that there is a need for NFL fans to not only love their sport, but diss other sports. For what reason, I do not know.
Got to be the number one, and clearly got to be number one.
And Keith Olbermann's point was that baseball is not as popular because the NFL has successfully marketed themselves to make many different teams in different parts of the country national fan base teams. I don't give an S. If you happen to have a
So they
kid
don't
that-
have an exclusive local following like the Boston Red Sox? Talk about a team with a national following.
You know, it's but that's what.
Yeah, but
Keith,
most teams don't have that.
Keith Olbermann.
The Yankees are very popular.
Well, those are the two biggest teams in baseball.
Yeah,
That's right.
Keith Olbermann's point was that NFL teams, you have. See, I don't know whether it's true now that we're talking about it, because he said you have a team in Seattle that might be popular with a kid in Michigan or something like that. I don't know. I think all
He's
sports.
painting with broad strokes.
My feeling, being a sports fan, all sports ultimately come from your local area. If you're raised with your father, and that's
Right.
why I'm a Red Sox fan. So watching this,
I'm a
was-
huge Marlins fan.
Oh, really?
No. I just,
You're not a
I
fan
wanted to
of-
buck the trend.
Do you have any
Passions?
Any passions in the sports room? You really don't.
I got beat up when the Redskins lost yesterday. I felt a little bad for a good hour.
Really?
Yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah.
What about soccer?
I did too.
No, I was really bummed. I was, Shan looked at me, she's like, are you okay? I was like, I don't even know why I care.
Right.
Because they were winning.
Yeah.
They were winning.
Yeah.
I get bummed out when the Ravens lose. Mm-hmm. As far as baseball is concerned, I'm still an Orioles fan.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I would want them to win over.
Well, it seems like, and all your teams you're talking about are
Local,
regional,
yeah, and I
and
grew
that's
up.
the way it goes. So it just blew me out of the water because being a fan, if you're at that game and you're sitting in the front row, you would think, and these kids just came across as the little rich kids,
Sure,
that were down there in the front row, and it blew me away. And then last
wasted,
night,
literally wasted on them.
I have been that
they're not
guy, though.
appreciated.
I got tickets to the Lexus Club in, I don't know if it's called the Lexus Club anymore.
No,
President's Club at National Stadium.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought that was a
I've
topless
heard of that.
joint.
Oh,
I thought
yeah,
that was
yeah,
a topless joint.
No. It sounds
Nexus.
like one.
Oh, my
Nexus.
fault.
That was
No,
Nexus.
Lexus.
Also great.
There's never a strip joint I won't remember.
It might have been the Lexus presidential seats, whatever it is.
I know what you're talking
right
about.
behind home plate.
And don't you go like down a tunnel or something and get like
yeah,
access
special
to
elevator,
exclusive food and
you
stuff
have
like
a
that?
private bar right next to the batting cage.
Exclusive food.
And
He's the GB of this show.
yeah,
is,
and
yeah.
I went down there and I said, "Well, this is excellent. We're going to be on TV, and there's a bar 5 feet away."
Were you close down to the
Yeah,
front? Were
and
you
I
down in the front
left
row?
my seats to go to the bar because it was so close. I didn't even sit in my seats. They're like
Yeah.
$400 seats.
I've been at
I didn't pay for them though. Got them for free.
I have been at sporting events where I have, departed and gone to the concourse, and
But never
and
a
not been
World
good
Series
fan.
game.
But if I'm in my seat,
Yes.
and it's that kind, and there were moments of tension in the game. Then I looked.
It was
last
a good
night.
game to watch.
Well, watch. Here's a fun experiment, and
Okay.
just do this because I
Okay.
guarantee you will enjoy this. This is not just the kids in the front row. Look at the moneyed people
Sure.
that are down in the first few rows because you'll see them. They're on TV all night long, and take a look at these people and see if like me, you will see this kind of. They're old people, young people, but they all just seem to be la la la.
Yeah.
Like
just
here
wanna be
we
on
are.
TV, yeah.
I don't think it's that. I think that they are fabulously wealthy people that have these tickets, and I think it's whatever corporate interests have gotten them their tickets. It's just, they seem to be moneyed, and they seem to be. They could give a rat's ass.
We have an equivalent in Washington D.C. If you ever get to the club level, so called,
Yes.
at Jack Kent Cooke Stadium.
Kirk Stadium.
No, at FedEx Field. If you get to that club level where
Right.
it is actually
People hang out at the bar.
the middle seats around, they're
Yeah.
great seats all around
Sure.
the stadium, but around it there are leather couches and leather seats, and you
Right.
go in there and there are women in fur coats watching a football game on television
Right.
that is happening 400 yards from them.
Yep.
But they'll stay inside
'Cause
in
they
their
don't wanna be
finery.
cold.
They don't want to be cold. They don't want to be
cold.
And you know what also?
Because
So
they're
true.
they're rich bitches.
If you're-
I'm sorry, that's the truth.
But you know what?
That's the truth.
There is a major percentage of Redskins attendees at that level that go there not to see the game, but to be
And
seen.
rich bastards. I should throw that in there, too.
Bitches and bastards.
Bitches and bastards.
And you see a lot of them at Jack Kent Cooke Stadium.
I've done
And they're
that,
there,
too.
and they're there to be seen and to be a part of the event.
And you see
not
that
the
on
game.
Now, and really, and here I will tip my cap to the NFL, because you see the NFL. You got these people in the front row that are leaning over the big thing where they bang the side of the stadium, like that. Totally engaged, totally involved, and it just didn't look very good for baseball when I was watching that last night. It was
Sold out stadiums.
It's just pissing.
Sold out stadiums.
Sold
If
out
someone
stadiums,
did
but
that
come
in a
on, you're at
baseball
the
game,
World
though.
Series. Engage in the game a little bit.
But if they did that banging thing at the World Series at a baseball game, they'd put them in a locker. They would. They wouldn't let that happen.
put them out.
They would. They say, "You're going to have to
They'd
come
put
with
them
me."
out.
Yeah, it's no good.
So, that was my major.
Because
really
you're a true
upset.
blue sports fan. When I go to a hockey game with you,
Yes.
you know what I usually do at a hockey game? I talk, I hang out, I drink heavily,
Oh, no.
I eat, I talk, I hang out, I drink heavily.
Does that mean you haven't had a good time with me?
No, when I go with Mike,
Different
I know I
experience.
have to watch the game.
Yeah,
And when
do.
he yells, tilt the ice, I better yell, tilt the ice.
yeah. You echo his sentiment.
Yes. And when he's upset, I'm upset.
That's right.
And when he's happy, I'm happy.
F you. That's so not
You
true.
watch the game.
I drank with you. At one of
Sports
the
fan.
games.
You're a
I
sports
do.
fan.
I'll tip a few when we go. It's
Yeah.
so it just irritated me because it looked like little Richie Riches that were down there and really not even caring and not engaged in
Right.
the game, and it frustrated me. Although I do. Overall, I like St. Louis Cardinal fans, even though they're
Right.
the enemy for this World Series. I think they're dignified fans. They have a very nice way of
Dignified
receiving.
or disinterested?
No, somebody said on one of the pregame shows that it's one of the few stadiums in the country that you go into and they don't heckle the guys in the bullpen.
I actually saw a headline
Did you
about
see that?
Yeah, it said "Nice Bush."
Nice. Thank you, Rob.
Just quick as we get out of here.
Yes.
Was that interference on Saturday night?
Yes,
It was.
Yep, it was the right call. Based
Okay.
on the rule sucks. It's a tough rule, but it was
Right.
a legitimate call. The manager of the Red Sox said the same thing.
Just wanna make sure.
And as we go to break, sad news in the world of music over
Yeah,
the weekend.
a big hitter. Big
Listen
hitter.
to this man, and we'll come right back.
Holly came from Miami, FLA. Hitchhiked away across USA.
Man, oh man, let's do a little bit,
Plucked her
a little longer.
eyebrows
This is
on
Lou
the
Reed
way,
for you kids that
shaved
might
her
not
legs,
know.
And then he was a she. She says, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side."
One of the greatest hit records
Said,
ever.
"Hey, honey."
Yeah,
And the only one he ever
Take a
had,
walk
right?
His only
on the
top
wild
40
side.
hit. Yeah, he had a couple other that got some airplay around, but this is his only hit. And
71 years old?
Yeah, and pretty much liver failure. He never really recovered from a liver transplant.
Lou Reed,
And they once asked him, he said, "Why did this record hit?" He said, "It's easy."
lead singer of the Velvet Underground, and really, a lot of people, rightly so, paying homage to Lou Reed today.
Grandfather of punk rock, really.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of our program is brought to you by Amazon, the Mike O'Mara Show's Amazon page. Amazon is the one place to go for everything you need, anything you want.
Anything you want?
Hey, tech heads, what about the Kindle Fire, huh?
What?
The HDX 8.9, the highest resolution large screen tablet. Amazon has it starting at $379. That is a great gift for someone. It's a great gift for you. Also, new performance headphones by Soul. TMOS will sound better than ever. And the Amazon clothing store has all the new clothes for the cool weather. Also, fans, if you want to buy your team logos, they've got that as well. Plus, it's not too early to check out the holiday toy list with Amazon's amazing daily lightning deals. Make it the best Hanukkah ever. Thank you, Rob.
I think Hanukkah falls before Christmas this year.
Hanukkah.
So it's time to start shopping.
The only thing that you will have to provide is your mouse. Amazon. Just click the Amazon link. Amazon makes it a cinch. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And don't forget, it's the best place for all your office supplies, too. Today and every day, save money and
Thank you,
support the
Timmy.
show. Just click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And don't be afraid to bookmark it. So
I wish Amazon had sandwiches.
I bet you could get fixins.
You can, but I want them assembled, you see.
Really?
Oh, sure, because they have great sandwiches, too.
I bought my Halloween candy last week on Amazon, and it comes tomorrow. I'm
Excellent.
very, very excited
So
about
will it make it till Thursday?
You know what? I have been sworn by Mrs. O'Mara that we are going to bring it in. She is going to hide it. She will bring it out for Halloween, and then it will either be given or thrown away. Because I have.
Wow, then you best be generous because it'll drive you crazy to throw good candy
I
away.
have a real issue with Halloween candy, and that is one of my breakdowns.
Who
and
doesn't,
though? Maybe everybody does, but it's like when you have it, and I got the good stuff, the full size Reese's, Kit Kat, and Hershey bars, chocolate and almond Hershey bars.
We're going full size Snickers bars this year. I bought a case from Amazon.
I'm not a big Snickers guy.
Snickers is a great candy bar, but you know what? The thing about Halloween candy that gets me every year is the mix, and it's an intoxicating smell of chocolate and red Twizzlers together. Mm-hmm. And when you get that smell, when you dump out the bag, because you're sorting it out for the kids to make sure there's nothing suspect.
Right.
And I think they still might buy that this year.
Do you get trick-or-treaters at your
we have a
ghetto
security
apartment?
door.
Huh?
Security
What?
door. Won't let them in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No
Do you do
trick-or-treaters?
anything for them?
No, nothing.
Are there any children in the building?
There may be a young lady.
But she's in the basement, right?
No,
in
no.
shackles?
I think she lives with her daughter. Oh, no, you know what it is? It's a Modern Family.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
two moms.
No, two dads.
That's when you have a SFH, as I do, Oscar, single family home. That's when you can really enjoy the Halloween, and I enjoy having people come
I
over.
would like people to knock on my door, but they just won't. They haven't.
Well,
The only time someone ever knocked on my door for candy was my old neighbor Donald, where he came
And he was looking for hard candy, as old
Oscar.
people like.
How you doing?
You know, I tried to track him down at his old folks' home. He's gone. He's not dead, but he's not there anymore.
Are you sure that he's still with us?
I called. I drove there a couple weeks ago because I like to stop in once every couple months to say hi.
You sure he's still here?
He's still alive, they've said.
Okay.
And then it's weird.
Did he wander away?
Because we're not family, they won't give me all the information. So it's really weird when I go.
It's so nice that you tried to track him down.
Yeah, it's on my way back to my parents, so I stopped by and give him a good 30
Well,
minutes.
keep us updated. I'd like to know if he's still around.
I need a PI, I think, at this point.
Do you think he wandered away?
No.
He couldn't check himself out.
No, he got hurt again, so they take him some other establishment. And,
more.
They won't
care.
tell me more. Yeah.
Larger
And
care.
what is he, in his late 80s?
I think he's 84 now.
84,
Yeah.
mid-80s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a good single-family home Halloween here at the O'Mara house because...
Oh, my people!
much like our yard sales being successful, the Halloween is successful as well.
Well, it's not as good as the year you handed out empanadas.
Now, I'll
They
get
were
back to
stacked 5 deep.
one of the things.
We have meat
tell you,
empanadas, cheese empanadas.
I want to get back to Halloween because
Yeah.
I fight an urge every year to be that guy, that neighbor.
What guy?
With Halloween.
the rock star neighbor.
I wanted to do. I've got these great electronic speakers that I use for my drums.
Okay.
And I wanted to download scary sounds.
Sure.
And put them outside.
The chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house.
And then I wanted to do the thing where I wear like an overcoat and put like this white face.
Oh, you're the
on
Grim Reaper.
and
Wow.
just be a scary
That's
guy.
it's a
That's
really,
like a horrible thing to do.
It's a
isn't it?
hard line to walk between.
They think you're a
being-
pedophile.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Right.
pedophilia line. You've got a lot of neighbors up and down your accompanying streets that decorate for Halloween
Yeah,
over
big
the top.
time, yeah.
And you know what? I don't dig that.
Right?
What's
I
wrong
don't
with
like.
that?
I
But you don't like the Halloween decorations?
No.
Why?
I just
I
don't
love
like it.
You mean like the people that go nuts
and
with
do
the-
like a fence and tombstones and
Oh,
skeletons.
You know, why don't
so
you like
cool.
that?
I don't like it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't like Halloween that
You're
much.
Mr. King's Dominion. How do you hate that?
I'm Mr. Christmas. I say put your effort into Christmas.
Is there
lights.
part of you that thinks you shouldn't decorate like that at Halloween because you should do it at Christmas?
Yes.
Is
Why
this
That's
can't
where
you
the
do
effort
both?
should go.
is this kind of a religious thing, Ron?
Oh yeah, because you know me.
If someone
It's not
decorates
real- I
their
don't care.
house, you know they have great candy. You have to
No,
go to
they've
their
blown
house.
all the money on styrofoam tombstones. You're probably going to get double bubble.
No, I see that. And I know what neighbor you're talking about. You're talking about the one on the way down to
Yes.
234.
Anytime you
On
actually
Portner.
you put up a temporary fence, if you're not having a construction
I cannot
project, you've
believe
gone
you're-
too far.
I- you know-
I don't like people that decorate for Halloween.
You've had bad experiences with your neighbors that go over the top for Halloween, haven't you?
Oh my God! Yes,
Haven't
I
you
have.
had it? That's
yes.
why you don't like
Yes,
that.
Bingo.
little Justin.
What happened with little Justin?
I don't know. He's moved away. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's really come to terms with the real Justin yet.
The real
But
Justin?
Carrie and I have had thoughts about him since he was little.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe he just needs to embrace what he really is.
So this is a kid?
He's at college now.
But I mean, didn't a
What does that have
parent...
to do with Halloween? What am I missing here?
he's very flamboyant.
Okay.
And,
There's
hold
nothing wrong with that.
You're going in a totally
No, I know.
different
I know. There's
direction
nothing
here.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
I thought in your neighborhood you had
Yes,
a
and that-
parent that camped out and tried to scare kids, and you got pissed off at it?
That was Justin and his dad.
That was Justin's
and
father?
he was the next door neighbor.
What did his dad dress up as? RuPaul?
That would be if he wanted to
Candy, honey!
He wanted to scare the grown-ups.
Come on up, honey.
Dressed up as Richard Simmons.
Daddy's going to be another famous woman of history tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Dad's dressing as Margaret Thatcher.
Look, oh, my God, behind the bush. It's Marie Antoinette.
It should be fun.
So they decorate their home.
Oh, but I mean all out, like where you had to go through a tunnel.
That is so cool.
No, it
I think
sucked.
I drive by that.
Man.
I drive by people that
What's
do that.
wrong with you?
And the ones right here on Portner that
Yes.
do that house is amazing to look at. I mean, that really
Fun.
I don't like it.
I never understand.
I'm not a
what bothers
Halloween
you.
guy. I just don't like
You
Halloween.
don't like to be scared.
I don't.
Oh, that's what it is.
Why, do you?
I love being scared.
You want to come look at my bills?
Do you go to? You like horror movies, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
But I don't like, real life is
You
different.
spent 9 hours in a theme park yesterday. How
Yeah,
can you
it was
hate,
great.
How can you hate people decorating their yards?
I'll tell you one thing that
Doesn't
was
make
bad
any
about
sense.
yesterday is because the theme park has been sullied because now it's all done up for Halloween haunt.
Why? You hate that?
I
would
don't
think,
like it.
This perplexes me.
I totally don't understand because you are the kid's friend. You are the dad that does all the fun stuff with his kids.
Kids
Right.
love being
I mean,
scared.
and I would love to go.
Do
through,
they?
Most kids do.
Do you think you kids like being scared?
So you don't like?
Yes!
So you would never take Robert and Julia to
A haunted house.
a haunted house?
I would let them go, but
But
I
you
wouldn't
wouldn't go in it?
No, that's what the
Do you
Julia's
get
going to
freaked out
something
by
this
being
weekend.
scared?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, you pussy.
Yeah, that's me all over.
That's so much fun.
It's not my scene, man.
You'll ride the Terminator or whatever the F that
Intimidator.
roller, whatever. You'll ride that thing like 17 times.
Yeah.
But you won't go into. Do you go into the fun house when you go to an amusement park?
You know what? The amusement parks don't really have fun houses anymore.
They don't. That's
No.
that was one of my favorite things. The
Do you
haunted-
go to an ether frolic, Mike?
fun house. I go to the fun house right after I see the bearded lady
Remember last year
and the freak show
when I told you about that haunted house in Maryland?
Yes.
That is in like an abandoned mall.
with real people,
Yeah,
right?
chainsaws and everything.
Live people.
Freaks you out.
I did one once where they built it into a parking garage at Reston Town Center. And it was like a way over the top one with people jumping out.
Ah,
And
yeah.
Sometimes they're fake and sometimes they're real.
And you didn't go through it?
I did.
Did you like it?
I did not.
Why did you hate it?
Because it's upsetting.
Do you really get
It's
scared?
yes.
Did you get freaked out by like the dark and ghosts and monsters when you were a baby, when you were a kid?
I don't think the dark
Little
ever
Rob?
really flipped me out. No, I mean you know the things that flip me out the worst: bats and wax museums. Although I'm not good with owls.
See, it gets back to the whole theme of bats and things. That's a Halloween kind. You were scared of Halloween.
No,
Were you not? We're trying to get our heads around this,
I don't
Rob.
know
You're
that
not
I was
making any
ever
Yeah,
scared.
sense.
because you like to celebrate everything that's fun. And
Yes.
at its core, Halloween is fun.
Fun. That's the whole thing. Candy and being scared. It's fun.
Candy is fun. Being scared, not so fun.
What about Carrie?
What about
Does she
Carrie?
like haunted houses and stuff like that?
You know what? I don't think so. I think
Really?
she likes genuine thrill rides and stuff, but I never see her.
So
Remember her doing like haunted houses.
So
or
you
anything.
drive up to the theme park where you visited like 700 times.
I
this
think
year.
I only went like 5 times this year. I think Carrie went 12.
12 times.
I think
to
so.
King's
Yeah, I
Dominion.
think she did 12 days at the
5
park.
is over the top.
I agree.
And you're driving up and you see that it's kind of a Halloween theme. And
it's
you,
the Halloween
and you
haunt. They
shake your
make
head
a
and go,
lot of
"Oh,
money.
okay."
They make a lot of money on it.
Do you think it like gets in the way of the purity of the theme park?
It does. Do you know what they do? And I
know
hate
Rob
it.
well.
About September, good luck. You can't ride the Dodgem. They close down the bumper cars because they
Dodgem.
build it into something haunted.
What is the Dodgem?
The Dodgem are bumper cars.
Really?
And who doesn't love bumper cars?
I love bumper cars.
Of course, that great smell of the bumper cars, but they
Right. Mm-hmm.
build in the Dodgem, and it's a haunted thing, and you can't do it. And then there's like 8 different haunted cornfields, and corpses are hanging
But
everywhere.
I'm trying to get to the core of it. So is it just it gets in the way of? Sometimes I don't know how your brain works. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's strange.
this is. Again, kids would usually love those decorations.
Yeah.
The
like that
candy that's
yard. That yard.
involved.
I would run to a yard like that.
Yes.
If I saw the yard,
Good, and you will
with
lose
the
your
thing-
life because its murderers live there.
Do your
Stop.
kids
You're
like
being
that?
silly. We're trying to be
Do
serious.
your kids like that?
I've
or-
never really gotten into it with them. I know that they had.
Do they like Halloween?
they're okay with it. Julia did a costume
Daddy
this
has
year because
brainwashed them out of it.
No, not at all. I never, and you know this to be true. I will
Yes.
never prevent my kids from doing something they want to do. As a matter of fact, Robert is doing basketball this year. You think I would have stopped that if I could?
He's doing basketball.
He's doing basketball.
He's doing
It's an activity.
He's doing sport games.
But they don't have that much interest in trick or treating.
Really?
They did for a while, but not a lot.
well, they're getting to that age too.
And this year, Julia did make herself a costume on her own. I was very proud of her because they did something at school. Mm-hmm. So it was attached to a, being popular or being part of the crowd at school.
She had a
She
cool
did something
costume,
else. She
yeah.
had a cool costume that she built herself. She was a spider.
Oh, nice.
Incidentally, Thursday's show, I'm going to try to get Carla to bring the boy in and model. We haven't decided. We have 3 costumes that we have gotten.
Options, baby.
I've talked about
They're
some of them.
all by Bob Mackey.
They're all by Bob Mackey. We're going to bring him in because I have the one that I think we're going to see which one looks best on him, and we're going to put him in his costume. And
Will you go at least to your neighbors that you like in the
No.
neighborhood and
No.
knock and
No,
let them
that's
see the
BS.
kid?
That's
I don't
crap.
think it is.
No, you don't bring the infant.
What if you tied him to a little rocking chair, and when people opened up your porch door, he'd be sitting there just rocking?
Oh, that would be good.
See, Oscar's going the whole other way with some twisted Chucky fantasy or something like that. No.
That would be great.
No, we're going to have him hanging out.
Little spotlight from fog.
We might. I have to get back into this too because we might have him on the front porch, but we don't like sitting in that front porch.
And it's going to be
because
cold.
the neighbor's cat, camps out there.
Will you
overnight.
carve a jack-o'-lantern?
No, we have not gotten a pumpkin.
That is one thing we will do. We do
Yeah.
do that every year.
Pumpkins are fun, but
Yes.
but those people down the street, that's a beautifully decorated home.
Yeah,
See,
a
I
good
think-
haunted house is fun.
I don't know. I don't appreciate it somehow. I'm sorry, guys.
He gets set
This
his
sucks.
ways.
I can't believe you don't like that. You don't like that?
I don't like it.
You're the man that should love that.
You know what? Put that effort into Christmas. Celebrate our Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I watched it for a little while. I like to watch things on TV.
Welcome back to Mike O'Mara Show. This is this segment of the program brought to you by Queen's University of Charlotte. The only Master of Science in Executive Coaching in the country is offered at Queen's University of Charlotte. If you're interested in the fields of coaching or leadership development, this is the perfect degree for you. D.C. native Henry Lescault says the faculty's academic and practical expertise makes Queen's the best place to receive a holistic coaching education. The program is designed for working professionals living anywhere. We got a lot of them that listen to this show. Students come to campus for a 3 to 4 day residency twice a semester. Then they complete the rest of their coursework remotely. I would assume that means online.
Sure.
Correcto? Check out a Master of Science in Executive Coaching at queens.edu/MSEC and get to work on that right away. So we thank Queen's University of Charlotte, a wonderful organization and a great, great place to improve your education and to do it the modern way, which is, part of it on campus, part of it at home, and that's Queens for executive coaching at queens.edu/MSEC. So we digressed with the whole Halloween discussion there.
Sorry about that.
It is coming up this Thursday, and I'll bring the boy in on Thursday's show to show you. But I wanted to get to my minor embarrassing moment. This is a
teased
throwaway. And then we'll get to you and
Is
King's
it
Dominion.
baseball related? This embarrassing
Well,
moment?
the Colburns were coming over,
Right,
and
the Colonel.
I'm very proud now of my my wonderful coin collection that I've had for quite
Yes.
some time. And really, to all the listeners that send me an occasional coin, it's so appreciated and it's so much fun.
He
and
got an Indian head nickel?
Oh, did you?
No,
That's where they get buffalo?
we should be clear.
military thank you coins. They're done in law enforcement and they're done in the military. And if someone is a military person or in law enforcement, they can give you a coin that's representative of their organization. Cool. And sometimes in certain branches of the service, if you call somebody on having their coin, if they don't have it, you buy them a drink. There are all sorts of little games that you can play with these coins. Most people, like me, civilians, I like to collect them. They represent a lot of special people that I've met and a lot of people that have served this country well, and I'm very, very proud of this. Now, one of the nicest coins I ever got was when I performed with the President's Own, led by Colonel Michael Colburn.
Right.
And I was very thrilled to do that, and it was really, really exciting for me. And and I'll never forget that. It was great. It was to be on stage with that amazing group of musicians that play for inaugurations of the president and state funerals and all this stuff.
Quite literally some of the best in the nation.
They were the ones where it was the big controversy about Beyonce at the inauguration and stuff like that. And out of that one time that I performed with them, we formed a friendship with the Colburns, and they're just great people. They're from New England, and they were coming over to see the game on Saturday. So really to have somebody that's a high-ranking military official, that's somebody who you would be very impressed
Sure.
to show your coin collection to. So
how'd that go?
I come in. This is right after they arrive, and I said, he said, that's a, and he says with kind of a smirk in his voice, he says, that's an impressive coin collection. And he's got a smirk, and I said, well, that's fine. He said, you might want to make a little adjustment, though. And he said, that coin in the upper right-hand corner,
yes,
it's upside down.
What?
Oh.
It's okay. It was the coin that he gave me.
Oh, no.
I'm like, so it's obvious that I'm not military to start with. But,
Yeah. It's upside down.
I mean, that just speaks to
just throw it up there?
my lack of vision. I just didn't look at it closely, and I've got them all nicely arranged. But it's just, Rob, you know
Nicely
me.
arranged if it's upside down?
Well, I screwed up with that one.
It's
but,
the details, Rob.
Yeah, this
you
is,
really want to avoid all words like arrange.
really is. It's a question of taking care of my stuff. Yeah. I'm just not a stuff person.
But when
there
you
are
put it
people
in there,
that are
just
stuff
look
people.
at it.
I know.
Just look at
It's
it.
tiny little writing on some of them, and I
Squint
threw
then.
it up there. I didn't do it, so
Squint.
it was like, oh, it's upside down. Well, at least it's not your coin.
He said, come in here. I have some barbecued shrimp for you.
Look at all this butter.
They brought food.
Of course they did.
They brought the food because
I'm surprised they didn't come with a sandwich in a bag just in case.
We had a perfectly lovely evening.
Are you on to your second
wonderful.
display case?
Yes, I am.
And it's nearly full, isn't it?
No, it's about halfway through, about a quarter of the way through. I can always use more.
Good
That's
for you.
right.
Thank you very much.
Is the case is that right side up, or do they keep falling off their little?
You know
shelves?
what it is? I am not. You are a collector. You're not. You borderline on hoarder.
Yes.
I am the opposite. I do not.
This is the only thing you really collect.
The only thing that I hoard is, and it really doesn't count as hoarding, is crap that's in my garage, and that's not hoarding as much as pure laziness.
But your
If somebody
garage is in pretty good shape. I mean, there are garages that cease to be, available for automobiles because they're so full. Yours is a fully functioning garage.
And if somebody came to me and said, "We'll clean out your entire garage, and you're just going to have to get rid of everything," I go, "Okay." If you make it look, shiny, you can get rid of anything in there. My hoarding usually speaks to the desire of a waistline gone long ago.
Oh, you don't want to let
where
go.
I don't want to let go
Yeah,
of those. Those tropical weight shorts that I used to wear down in Florida. I've got them in hefty bags down in the the garage, and I don't want to get rid of them. But
thousands of yards of fabric.
I'm not a good collector.
You could quilt something.
The reason I know I'm not a hoarder is because I delight in downsizing. I love getting rid of stuff.
And I've gotten better. I've declined offers of things because I know I don't have space for it.
Now,
I've seen your attic. You don't like it. What have you gotten rid of?
I've yard sales.
We've gotten rid of tons of stuff up in the
That's
attic.
true.
Yeah.
It just feels like more is up there now.
Most of the stuff up in the attic is our stuff for the
Really?
show.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, Rob,
It
you
is.
were up
you
there
know what?
most
You're
recently.
right. You are right. I stand
absolutely
corrected.
right.
I don't think I've done a lot of crap up there.
Climbing. I could say this, that if you've ever been to an attic,
And we've got my mother-in-law's stuff up there, too.
And your mother-in-law up there.
Yeah, she's up there in a chair, tied.
Norman?
rocking back and forth, back and
Always
forth.
watching.
That at the live show,
probably watching me.
at the live show, I just push her to the side. At the live show, we'll take care of most of that because we've got some beautiful inventory that we're going to celebrate the Mike O'Mara show.
We're going to celebrate our heritage.
Yes.
Did we decide we're giving away the O'Mara sign, the small O'Mara
You said
sign?
you would.
Yeah, I'll do that
would
too.
do.
As a
I'll
matter of
go
fact,
through-
you assigned us each to come up with 2 or 3 items for the raffle.
Okay, then I've got one of mine, which is going to be the sign that we're going to give away. Speaking of that, this is the last 2 weeks for OmeraCon 2013, and this is really our last second push. Have you checked today?
I haven't looked. Would you like me to look?
Do it right now.
Please do.
We have sold sold a little over 500 tickets to Omericon 2013. We have plenty of seats available.
Good seats.
We have great seats. Good seats are still available. This is our last second push. Now, listen, procrastinators, those of you that have delayed up until this point, be like Annie Yu, the producer, the gorgeous former Red Skin producer of Fox 5, who got tickets for her and 3 of her best friends.
And she will be there.
Probably her husband.
Has she a husband?
Yeah, well, she's got a baby. She's got a little baby and a husband.
It's the 2000s, man. You don't have to be married to have a baby.
This is our last second push, and I got on Facebook today to goose people just a little bit to make sure that we get everybody out there for Omericon 2013. It's going to be a wonderful evening. That night, if we haven't mentioned it, Mickey Coachella, formerly the 98 Rock Morning Show, and one of the best stand-up comedy albums right now on iTunes.
Yes.
He will be performing. We will have Motor Booty Affair from
Great
the
music.
great state of Maine, tribute to the disco era. It's going to be incredible. Did you check it out?
586.
Oh, so we're at the 600 mark.
Yes.
Oh, boy, we got decisions to make.
Let's shut it down.
Wow!
That's 600.
When we get to 600, we can shut it down, or we can open it to 800, right?
Yeah.
Can we open it up to like 620?
I didn't know we sold that many.
Yes.
I really didn't. And this is Mr. Negative about this. I didn't know we were that close to the 600 mark. So
I think a decision needs to be made tomorrow because we need to see what happens
Yeah,
tonight.
and I need to let the venue know as well.
So when do we have to? I mean, we can't. God, that's tough.
Because you know what? We really, there's a chance for some walk-up traffic.
I think in that case, it's well, you've done this before. You've been right to the wire with the Big O and Duke show before. And what's the protocol? What do you suggest?
I would say you leave it open.
Yeah, I would say too.
Leave it open.
Yeah.
But then we want to create urgency now when we're doing that. The bottom line is
there's no guarantee we'll leave anything open, and it sounds to me there's only like 14 tickets left.
So really, if there are 14 tickets left
to the 600 mark,
to the 600 mark, let's. He's like that today. Come on. How you feeling? Are you okay?
I would rather shut it down at 600 personally for my own personal gain.
Really?
Because then we don't have to have these conversations anymore.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Now, wait.
You realize you gained something personally by selling 200 extra tickets, right?
Yeah. Does it still stress you? I've been happy. I have been happy about
He's a
ticket
delight.
sales.
Are you kidding?
You are a delight.
I have been happy about.
You're a delight.
I've been happy about ticket sales from the beginning.
You're absolutely a delight now.
You have to make the call at the State Theater when you sell out the bottom, which is going to be in 14 tickets. We've got a little over 10 more tickets before the bottom is sold out. And I'd like to open up the top as well. But that we might not.
Well, I really would have to, because we have, and this is kind of going behind
2
the
weeks,
curtain
basically
here.
2 weeks.
Yes.
We have a professional team coming in for the AV, like a really big name.
Yeah. Right.
So they're coming in to take care of that. Depending on how much space some of that AV is going to take, then audiovisual, then
we might have
to sacrifice some seats anyway. So I have to call today, and knowing that we're that close now, we'll be able to make a decision.
Okay, well, get your tickets today.
Yes, please do.
And this is the last chance to get them, last 2 weeks. So we're very excited about Omericon 2013. We will see you there. We'd love to see a lot of people out there. And really, I'm grateful for everybody that's bought a ticket so far.
Yes,
and kick it over the top. You want your tickets? Get them right away.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
We will see you out there. It should be great. Rob Spiewak.
Mike O'Mara.
Facebook question.
Yes.
What the F is the deal with the giraffes?
I can't believe I got sucked into
what
it.
is
and
going on?
Pissed me off.
Seems to be the land
God
of nerd.
Damn it!
It seems to be the land
There's
of nerd
a riddle.
doing this.
There's a riddle on Facebook,
Oh,
and they
God.
say if you get it wrong, you can submit your answer. And the people that are in the know, and if you submit your answer, and if you get it wrong, you have to change your
explain
picture.
it more. I don't even know what you're talking about.
People post a riddle on Facebook. I've seen it in probably 10 different places.
And it's the start of a riddle, or
no, the entire riddle. It's a question about you're awakened in the middle of the night and people are coming to your house and they're hungry. You have jelly and honey, a loaf of bread, a bottle of wine. What is the first thing you open? Okay, that's the question. And it says you submit your answer to me via personal message.
Okay, you have to go back. You're not explaining this
Yeah,
properly.
who has posed
I have
this
no
riddle?
idea what you're talking about.
Okay, the riddle is all around Facebook.
Where does the riddle originate from?
I cannot tell you the origin, but I have seen it posted by like 10 people. So it's going around Facebook.
Is it posted on just a
as
regular
a post.
timeline post?
As a post. And then the end of it says, if you submit your answer to me via personal message, if you get it right, you win, I guess. But if you get it wrong, you have to change your picture to a giraffe for a day. And I was getting annoyed.
Did Cappy
with this.
start this?
I know she's in on it.
She's definitely in on it.
But
'cause
I don't.
I read all her
and
stuff.
she actually
and she's coming out to the live show. So
gave me a dressing down for submitting my answer in public, getting it wrong, and not changing to a giraffe.
Why did you submit? Is that breaking protocol when you submit your answer?
I believe so, because you're supposed to personal message it, but I got so tired of it. And you know what? When I got home from
Is this like Halloween for you?
When I got home from King's Dominion last night, Mike, and the traffic, I was a little fussy. And I said, I don't want to deal with this anymore, so I submitted my answer in
Were
public.
you fussy because of the traffic, or were you fussy
because I had to say goodbye to a friend?
Your day of fun at the amusement park was over.
Mike, my season of fun was over. Yesterday was the last day.
Oh, man, that's so sad.
Closing day at King's Dominion.
Thousands of people have done this.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands.
And then I was told that
Why are we so dumb?
I was told that I was doing it wrong, and then I was called a coward.
Carrie, it's 10:15. We're going to have to leave the park now.
We left at 6. You're so smart.
We won't be able to come back until when?
They'll open in May.
May.
Say goodbye till May.
I don't know. This is the most fun thing we do as a family all year round. And
I really hate how much I love it, and I realized
14
it
hours in
yesterday.
the park today. How many hours were you in the park?
You know what?
yesterday?
It was a great visit yesterday, and here's why. All except for one thing, and I'll tell you in a moment.
Okay.
We got there when they opened at noon, and we were in the car headed to 95 at 6. Only 6 hours. But it was not a crowded day. The weather was fantastic, and Julia was not with us. She had gone.
Want to
with,
hear me in a theme park? If I
Yes.
go over an hour, if I go over 2 hours,
2 hours. Be good.
that's me.
Shooting gallery.
You've seen everything.
And God, we never. I shouldn't. That's not really. That's politically incorrect.
Well, no.
So we certainly wouldn't want that to happen in a theme park.
And certainly not at King's Dominion because it's never happened before.
Let me ask
Gang's Dominion.
But we did everything we needed, and because Julia was with a friend of hers called Dawson, not Julia's words, not having a date at Hershey Park with Dawson's family.
I'm so all over the place right now.
Why?
I just got to digress for 5
Okay.
seconds. Allow me this because I
All
got to
right.
do this with Oscar.
All right.
Oscar, that thing we can't talk about until the live show.
Yes.
That little incident we can't
Yes.
talk about. We're going to have to add something to your presentation.
Okay.
Because I have a picture.
Okay, I like that.
All right.
I like
I'll
Okay,
show
good.
it to you after
I
the
like
show.
that.
Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
That works.
I'm sorry that digression.
I'm with
but,
you. No, I'm with you.
there's a story that
Well,
I
right
have been
here, right
chomping
here.
to tell all of our listeners, and I can't do it because it would ruin the surprise for the live show.
Okay.
And let me tell you, when I get up on that stage, I really shouldn't even write an opening because I will be purging myself of something that has happened to me with this particular weekend. Many, many new developments. I didn't even share that with you because I got a migraine before the show.
wow.
But
Okay.
go ahead, Rob. So getting back to King's Dominion.
Yeah, Julia was actually at another theme park with another family. So it was just me and Carrie.
Wally
and
World?
No, she was at Hershey Park.
Hershey Fart.
Exactly.
Gang's Dominion and Hershey Fart.
So it was just me and Robert and Carrie. And Robert is different in a theme park. He's very relaxed and very cool. We had a very nice time, and all was well until I got an email while I was waiting in line, and it was from Beth Ann McBride.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw you posted that.
And Beth Ann McBride said, and I quote this because this is why she was such a great producer. She says, "Do you have any contact information for Frank Calienda?"
Oh, no.
You know impressionist Frank Calienda?
Is she still in the business?
She's
Yeah.
in Erie, Pennsylvania, I think, still in the
Doing
business.
mornings.
Really?
Yes.
So I emailed
Is that
her.
the station that Girl worked at?
Yes.
Yeah.
That station's still in business?
Yes.
I thought they went out of business.
They were going out of business.
They're always going out of business.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad Beth Ann's still on
So
the
I
show.
emailed her the information I had for Frank Calienda, and then about 25 minutes later, my phone rings, and it's Beth Ann. And nothing can really put a damper on a day at amusement park like a call from
Here we
Beth
go.
Ann. And so I answered. Hello?
What did she
She
called
says
you incorrectly?
and she says, is it Rob? I said, of course it's Rob. You called me.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I meant to call Frank Caliendo. And I said, I just sent you his number. This is me. And then she says, what are you doing? Like it's my fault. I said, I'm in line at a merry-go-round.
She does a morning show up there?
Yes. And then I said,
Shoot.
and then I said,
Can we call her tomorrow?
yes.
All right, we'll call her tomorrow. Let's
And-
do a surprise call with her tomorrow.
And then I said, what are you doing? And you know what? It just came all back to me. she doesn't know how to have fun or be funny or do anything.
That's why she's prepping a show on Sunday.
I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm in line at an amusement park. Don't you see me?"
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I said,
She is not a funny person.
You're killing me.
After all this time, not hi, how are you, how have you been?
No, just a bad shtick.
Do you guys keep in semi-regular contact?
Maybe once a year. I think
that's nice.
I give her a Christmas card.
More than me. I never hear from her.
If you're Frank and get a call on a Sunday, are you going to be happy about that?
Caliendo?
Yeah.
Like you've just done your your second show at the comedy club and gotten home at like 2 o'clock in the morning and you're on the road in some stinky hotel.
Yeah. Right.
Hi, it's Beth Ann McBride.
I was wondering if you have any availability tomorrow between 8:10 and 8:25.
Can you come on there?
But then
all she needs an impressionist. I'll come on her show.
I'm sure she'd like
there
that.
you go.
How are you, dear?
Have a good show.
I'm Bill Clinton. Isn't that funny, Beth Ann?
But I really did think, especially with some of the stuff in the news, that with Beth Ann calling me, that was going to be the day that the Rebel Yell ran off its rails. Because she called me, and it was going to be the
That was the only damper in King's Dominion?
And everything came together and was fixed shortly thereafter because I went over to buy a turkey leg. Right?
Oh, there we go.
And I have, as you know, been trying my best to diet, but I built the entire day around this turkey leg. And I was really counting
And with
on
the way you have been dieting, turkey leg is probably like the greatest feast in the world.
Oh, my God. You had no idea. I mean,
Were you particular about the one you picked out?
I actually got there, and there was a new sign that I had not seen this season. It said turkey leg $7.99.
God, what a ripoff.
Extra large turkey leg. $10.
Did you get the extra large?
And I was by myself because Carrie and Robert were on the shockwave. And
That is so easy to please.
And I said, you know what? I'm getting the extra large. This is the one thing I'm going to eat. I'm getting that extra large.
God love you, Rob.
So I went to the old lady and I said, I'll have the extra large turkey leg. And she came back and she said, honey, they're small today. I just gave you 2.
Oh, yeah!
It was the miracle of the turkey leg.
Big win.
I love that.
And I ate them all clean to the bone.
Was your state of mind for most of the day yesterday prior to Beth Ann, would it be safe to say it was joyous?
I love the theme park. I really do.
You see any
I
of
hate
his
that
stuff?
he loves it.
He hates that he loves it.
Yeah.
That's why the show works.
I love it.
We will take a break. News you may not need coming up next on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Walls are made of cardboard. Newspapers on his feet, and his father beats him because he's too tired to beg.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I got, hold on, let me open my Facebook messages.
Yeah.
Because I got one yesterday.
No problem.
Sorry about this. I always forget.
It's
But
okay.
I want to do this very quickly. I've been a little discombobulated today, but this is worth it. I filed this under worth it because I was very happy since this segment of the program is sponsored by Vistaprint. A lot of you are being very, very nice, sending me all of your wonderful little notes about clients that we have on the show, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is an iPhone case that was sent, and I got to get this guy's name. He sent me an iPhone case that said Heisenberg. Really? His name is, let me see if I got it right, John Talamantes.
Okay.
And this is terrific. He sent an iPhone case that he had done at Vistaprint.
Oh, look at that.
And it's got the little blue meth on it.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
Heisenberg.
yeah.
I mean, really, it's
Anyone who
Breaking
loves
Bad fan.
Breaking Bad.
when we say it's limitless, it really is limitless, and you can do it. Vistaprint has personalized iPhone cases available from Vistaprint.com. You can easily design your own iPhone case to match your lifestyle if you happen to be selling the blue meth.
Sure.
You
If
know,
you're
put it
riding
on a-
around in a camper making meth, this is the place for you.
Bad fan.
Whether it's personal or business, Vistaprint, affordable quality, marketing and printing for small businesses as well. Listen to this deal for iPhone cases. You should go out and grab one. All iPhone cases are 25% off for TMOS listeners and get free shipping on your entire order if you spend more than $30. Just go to Vistaprint.com/TMOS. You know that by now. We've been talking about them for a long time. That's Vistaprint.com/TMOS. Total satisfaction is guaranteed. If you're not happy, they will make it right. No risk at all. Vistaprint.com/TMOS. And we thank them very much for being a wonderful client.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents news you may not need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
Republicans plan to seek answers from Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius on the Obama administration's troubled start for its health care website to buy insurance. and are raising concerns about the privacy of information that applicants submit under the new system. They're gunning for this, and the Democrats are giving them a lot of fodder. GOP lawmakers said Sunday that the Obama administration will face intense scrutiny this week to be more forthcoming about how many people will have actually succeeded in enrolling for coverage in the new insurance markets. If you're looking at this from a glass half full standpoint, you will say, yeah, tremendous glitches. There's an example of that with Romney Care in Massachusetts, that in the first few months of Romney Care, only 1% of the people that actually ended up enrolling succeeded in getting through.
And the Massachusetts template is what they use to set up the national program, right?
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating.
That doesn't matter. This shouldn't have happened.
It never should have happened.
You know what? And particularly because it screwed up when they rolled it out in Massachusetts, they should have known how to prevent it.
Yeah, because they should have also been aware of the fact that you've got these Republicans that are gunning for it. So I'm going to hold out optimism on this, but not only are you hearing about the disaster that is the website, you're also hearing now about how astronomical some of these premiums are for people that are older. And, if that's the case, man, it S's the bed, and I don't see him spinning out of that.
Work.
I mean, more than the website, I'm concerned about what when I finally get through and I take a look at that thing, whether I'm going to have a decent plan available. It's very, very scary,
right.
And you've got forces that are at work that are trying desperately to make sure this thing screws up, so it can go back to the old crappy way where the rich get richer. So be aware of that as well. I mean, you're fighting a large thing. Once this thing, if it works and people do get lower health care prices, I mean, it's over. It'll never be repealed. It'll never change. And there are people that are desperate to make sure that doesn't happen. So we'll have to see what happens. D.C. police say singer Chris Brown punched a man who tried to take a picture with him. Brown, who is due in court Monday afternoon on a felony assault charge, was arrested Sunday outside the W Hotel.
Yes.
This guy just, the a-holes are the a-holes. That seems to be the case.
Follows him around, doesn't it?
A police report says a man attempted to get into a picture. I guess he tried to photobomb him with Chris Brown and two other people. Police say Brown told the man, "I feel like boxing." The man told police Brown punched him in the face. Police say another man stepped between them and also punched him. Identified as 20-year-old Isaac Parker of Beltsville, Parker was released Sunday from a hospital. So, that continues. Chris Brown, if you don't remember, is the one that beat up Rihanna.
He felt like boxing. Probation. He felt like boxing that day too.
Exactly. The doctor convicted of killing Michael Jackson was released from jail today after serving nearly 2 years of a 4-year sentence. Served half the time. Conrad Murphy was released from a downtown L.A. jail at 12:01 a.m. According to the sheriff's office, the former cardiologist was convicted in 2011 of causing Jackson's death in June 2009 by providing the superstar with an overdose of the powerful anesthetic propofol as a sleep aid. Jackson was in the midst of preparations for a series of comeback concerts. So he's out, says he wants to get his medical license back, but I doubt that's going to happen. For whatever reason, there's a kind of universal belief that it's totally cool to walk up to a pregnant woman and touch her belly. I've seen that.
Sure, it's happened to me.
It's really not cool. And as somebody that has had recently a pregnant wife, it's not cool.
No.
In fact, it's so not cool that now the courts are stepping in to stop you.
Oh, really?
Pennsylvania just instituted a law making it illegal to touch a pregnant woman's belly without asking her first. I like this.
Wow.
I like it. I do. There's a case in Cumberland County, PA, where a man walked up to a pregnant stranger and rubbed her belly. She called the cops. The man ended up being charged with harassment.
Wow.
You've seen the guys that do this.
It happens all the time.
Oh, you're pregnant. And it always struck me as a pervy little move.
Yeah.
Lawmakers are making it official. Touching a pregnant woman's belly falls under harassment. That's a misdemeanor that could get you a fine or community service, but it could get you up to 1 year in jail in extreme cases.
Can you still touch her ass?
One of those.
Copperfield.
Just give her ass a gentle little squeeze.
Just the underside.
There's no word if other states might also jump on board and make it illegal to touch, grope, rub, or otherwise fondle a pregnant woman's belly. I like that story. Authorities say a fire in a storage... We got two beer stories here.
Oh, good.
Authorities say a fire in a storage building... Rob, calm down here.
Okay.
At the Yingling Brewery.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, Mecca.
Caused an estimated $1 million in damage and took about an hour to control. The Tampa Tribune says workers were evacuated safely when the Yuengling Brewery fire erupted on Saturday evening. So
the carnage.
I don't know if it's going to affect the supply, Rob. You're just going to have to wait.
If it comes up short, what I'll do is I'll slack off for a little while until things bounce back.
I think
You'll do your part.
Aren't they based in Pennsylvania? But there's a brewery down in Tampa.
I believe
well.
that is right. Yeah.
And now another beer story. It's amazing how brave and selfless some people can be when there's an emergency. And it's equally amazing how brave and stupid other people can be. A house fire broke out in Columbus, Georgia on Thursday while 6 adults and 2 kids were inside watching TV.
Of course.
Luckily, all of them made it out safely, including a guy named Walter Serpent. But shortly after he made it out, Walter decided to be a hero, and he rushed back into the burning building. But it wasn't to rescue a pet or grab some family photos. He went back for something way more important. Moments later, Walter emerged from the smoke carrying several cans of Bud Light.
Oh, my God, for Bud Light?
He had rescued from the refrigerator. And by the way, Walter is disabled.
Oh, no.
And walks with a cane.
Wow.
Luckily, both Walter and the beer were fine. Walter's age hasn't been reported, but he looks like he's maybe in his early 40s. He ended up explaining to the local news that he took charge and asked the other adults to make sure the kids were okay, and then he ran back because, quote, being an alcoholic, I was trying to get my beer out. In the end, no one was hurt, and the fire is being blamed on a faulty water heater.
Oh, yeah.
That story. Way to go, Walter.
Walt Serpent.
And now a little something. Behold the mighty crime-fighting power of Arby's.
Yes.
Last Wednesday night, a 19-year-old Arby's worker in East Lampeter Township, Pennsylvania, lots of PA news today, called the cops to report a man had groped her breasts as she reached out to hand him his food. Then he sped off. She gave them a description of his car, which the cops found at a travel lodge about a mile away. But how would they figure out which person at the motel was the groper? Through some true Arby's serendipity. The cops noticed some curly fries in the motel parking lot.
Oh, no.
Right by his car. Oh. They followed the trail of curly fries to the room. The room was registered to 36-year-old James Cowan of Fitzgerald, Georgia. The cops tracked him down at a bar the next day. He was arrested and charged with indecent assault. Strange, because normally James treats the employees with a dignity and respect that they pass along to you, the customer. That's an old joke. That's an old Ken Beatrice joke right
You're
there.
next.
Man, look at these curly fries. So the guy's dropping them all the way up to the motel room.
You got to really reach up and grab, though, if you're going to do something like that.
That's a real effort.
Yeah.
And, you would think he would have put more effort into keeping his curly fries in the container.
Well, you don't want to eat them after you turn on the floor.
We'll take a break and come back with the Magic Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show at Red Live. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program brought to you by ACLens.com, your full support service delivery contact lens specialist. And with an easy-to-use website, great prices, and amazing customer service, AC Lens is your one stop for all your optical needs. Did she use the contact lenses on all the rides you went on?
Well, the last thing you want to wear on a ride, on a high, intense thrill ride, are glasses. You need contact lenses. But who wants to go through the hassle of getting contacts? At AC Lens, you just put your prescription in and they mail them to your door for less money than they cost at a doctor's office. Yeah.
ACLens.com. You get style you can afford and quality you can see. You can order right now and do that. Take advantage. 888-248-LENS if you don't want to go to ACLens.com. Order yours today. Go to ACLens.com, click on the microphone, and enter the code TMOS20 and get 20% off all orders with free returns on everything. That promo code, again, is TMOS20. Hit the disclaimer, Rob.
Nothing happy combined with any other coupon sales. Your special offers at AC Lens, offer not valid on Ray-Ban, Polo, Ralph Lauren, DKNY, Smith, SunCloud, Superdry, Roku brand products.
Start getting 20% off today at aclens.com. Let's open up the audio vault for today, October 28th, 2013, Monday.
You mentioned it earlier, and we've been playing his music all day, but safe home to really one of the godfathers of punk rock music, Lou Reed.
Rock and roll poet and singer Lou Reed has died.
On the dirty boulevard, he's going out.
Reed's Dirty Boulevard, typical of his music, lyrics, and style. A somewhat monotone delivery over basically 3 chords, contrasting the rich and poor in New York City.
I liked him. Not a lot. I don't have a lot of his music, but when he did something I liked, I really liked it.
Condolences go out to his brothers, Oliver, Jerry, and Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy. Yeah, of course. I would like to share with you some of my favorite Lou Reed quotes, just briefly.
Okay.
Because he was also a very funny man.
Was he gay?
No, he was married to, I think, Laurie Anderson.
He hung out with Andy Warhol, and Andy Warhol was gay.
Well, he might have tried to convert him, but I think Lou Reed
Maybe
stayed the
bi.
course. Bi, you think?
I don't know.
Kind of that New York subculture.
A quote, Lou Reed said, "I don't like nostalgia, unless it's mine."
Mm-hmm.
He also said, "I tried to give up drugs by drinking." He said, "It's depressing when I love this. It's depressing when you're still around, but your albums are out of print." And a great one that really sums up rock and roll nicely. Lou Reed once said, "1 chord is fine, 2 chords pushing it, and if you have 3 chords, you're into jazz." Wow. He likes simple music, so safe home to Lou Reed.
And really, Take a Walk on the Wild Side. Nothing
Great song.
simpler than that song. And why, that's just one of those magical moments where it's just a hit. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Also this weekend we lost, and you perhaps remember her best, Mike, as Carol Kester.
Oh, yeah, Newhart.
Yeah, from the Bob Newhart Show. You know her as Mrs. Krabappel.
Yes.
From The Simpsons. We lost Marshall Wallace, and The Simpsons, my initial thought was, The Simpsons says they're going to kill off a character this year, and I thought this was what they were planning.
Right.
Maybe they saw that she was a cancer survivor, but apparently there was a recurrence.
Oh, okay.
And no, they said they're just going to retire the character of Edna Krabappel, and if you don't know her by her character name, you'll know her by her signature, Ha.
Well, that's not what I was going to say, but it's a good idea. Ha! Ha! It thinks it's people.
Now, I know everybody's eager to get back to class.
Ha! So today we all have to stay 2 extra hours to make up for the time we lost. Ha! Attention, teachers. We're on strike. Ha! Well, that's a lame excuse for an excuse. Ha!
And your laugh.
You mean, ha?
Mm-hmm. Hey, does this mean that Mrs. Krabappel is a virgin too?
Anyway, and great
really,
voice actress. Not much to look at, I'm afraid.
Well, and on the old Newhart show, she was the comedy centerpiece of that show.
Great. She was
the funniest person on that show.
She was the receptionist that he shared with, was it Dr. Jerry Robinson?
The dentist?
Yeah, Jerry the dentist. He was a dick.
They had like an office suite, and she was the receptionist in the middle, and she did all. She had all the funny lines in that show.
And also, she was great on Match Game. She did the game show circuit in the 70s.
Right.
But she will be missed, and really, I think only in her early 70s, so too young.
Okay.
Sorry to see her go. With Halloween coming up, let's say you can't rent a horror
Halloween,
movie.
the holiday Rob hates.
I don't hate the holiday. I just don't like to be scared.
Okay.
Let's say you want a scary movie, but you don't have an opportunity to watch one. You can make your own horror movie, Mike. All you need is an iPhone because, Siri has 2 voices now.
Uh-oh.
So you can make your own horror movie.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it is told.
Mister, my family will pay cash. Whatever ransom you're asking for, they pay it.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Yes, it will. Precious, won't it? It will get the hose.
So that's what you can do if you're not. You got some time.
Fantastic.
I added the music myself.
I love that. You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Good
man. Is there? Play that again.
You want that one more time?
I like
Fine.
that. Silence of the Lambs, Siri.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it is told.
Mister, my family will pay cash. Whatever ransom you're asking for, they pay it.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Yes, it will. Precious, won't it? It will get the hose.
Oh, that is awesome.
If that doesn't horrify you enough, there's also occasionally on the YouTube an animal that doesn't quite sound right.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sheep that everyone says needs a throat lozenge. You can hear the ambiance of other sheep around this sheep in the corral.
So looking forward to
and
this.
Then this sheep speaks, and it just doesn't sound quite right. I blame allergies.
Is that real?
By all rights, it's real. I've watched it a dozen times.
Okay, play it again.
Oh, my God. Doesn't seem right, does it?
Oh, my God. Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Beth Anna's going to call you. What do you think of that, Rob Spiewak?
I do. I'm not getting on another roller coaster for the rest of my life. NFL history yesterday as a record was tied.
I'd like to send this out to my mother-in-law who had a late night on Saturday. And, Linda, do you have a good time? Carla, I hope you play that for her. Thank you very much.
She looks great. The longest play you can have in the NFL is 109 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just the length of the field plus the end zone.
Yeah.
And the Vikings have a player, I believe he's a rookie, and I think it's Corradell or Corradle?
Cordell?
No, it's not.
Okay.
There's an extra syllable in there. C-O-R...
Coro-waddle-daddle-doo.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Corrado-waddle-daddle-doo.
Long return.
Hey, pony boy.
It's a Cordarrelle. So maybe Cordero Patterson.
Okay.
Returned a kick, and this is, I think, only this ties with the longest play in NFL
So right
history.
at the out-of-bounds mark in the
I
end
believe
zone.
his foot was actually touching the line.
Cool.
Green Bay won the toss, deferred, so the Packers will kick off. Cordero Patterson will take
If his foot was touching the line, it wouldn't be a
and one
touchdown.
of their number one draft choices. Through the middle, and he starts things with a great run back being chased by Maste. He can't get him, and all the way for a touchdown. And they're going to rule it 109 yards, which equals the longest play in the history of the National Football League. You can't have a play any longer than that.
Pretty cool when stuff
Very
like
cool.
that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of great performances yesterday.
How'd your team do?
Not too good.
Really?
As a matter of fact, hey, Josh, if you're listening, I really enjoyed putting that deposit back in again today.
Oh, by the way, Josh sent you a message by way of voicemail about your team.
How we do in fantasy yesterday, FanDuel? Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Appreciate
That's
it.
Josh Murphy, right there. A lot of women are self-conscious about their bodies after they give birth. Not Kim Kardashian. They asked her how she felt about maybe even doing Playboy after giving birth.
You still want to do a Playboy shoot? Here's the difference between me and Courtney. I'm like, I just want to come out to the world like naked and be like, I look so hot. I am back. You all called me a whale, Shamu, a cow. When I came back from the hospital, the first thing I did was go look at my vag in the mirror. It looks better looking than before.
It looks better than before, Mike.
She's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady.
That is your magic audio ball. Have a great Monday, everybody.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, tomorrow we'll get a review of Pony's wedding. He was in a wedding party on Friday, so be ready to talk about that, Pony, because we're going to give you a good minute and a half. Should be great. For all technical support questions for the Mike O'Mara Show, please contact our man, Matthew Bloom, otherwise known as Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. And remember, the official TMOS e-voice line. We'll play some messages from that.
Good.
Maybe in the next couple of days. 800-440-8167. If you want to hear your message on the air, give us a call on that line and let us know what's going on. That's it. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Visit LegalZoom.com to save on legal needs like wills for $69, LLCs for $99 plus filing fees, and also get access to a network of legal plan attorneys for guidance. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services in your specific direction. Visit LegalZoom.com by clicking the banner on our website. That's MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the LegalZoom banner.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.